We're gonna need more booze.
So late, man. Bro, they're still running. Bro, what the heck? They're just gonna get in the boot. It sounds to me like they know that they're there or thereabouts as well. Bro, look at Daryl, like he's just non-stop, like... Bro, Daryl has not moved. So they're literally just surviving off scraps. And look at Beth as well, like she just looks like... I don't even know how to describe it. So we're gonna get a Daryl and Beth episode. All like fair aside, I'm really like enjoying seeing this part of the show because there you go, like little traps and sound traps and blah 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 and hunting for food, snakes. Damn, and we get to see now like surviving. Like, we sort of had a camp before, but there were a lot of people there. We haven't really ever, bar now, and obviously Rick right at the start, had solo surviving, at least not for very long. So I wonder what their plan is now. Like, because they haven't found the tracks. That's the thing that's stressing me out. Like, as much as I'm not convinced about where they're going anyway, they haven't found the tracks nonetheless. So, what's the plan? Daryl.
No, I mean a real drink.
Oh, please.
I've never had one. Because of my dad.
Kind of hoping that Daryl, like, protects her from spiraling. Because that's the vibe that I'm getting.
I
Like,
thought we could go find some.
It's weird because like Daryl's like just stopped talking as well to her. I guess maybe he just feels like, yeah, broken from it all. You know what I noticed something really weird? Like it took me so long to understand that walkers are attracted by sound, you know? Let me just pause it for a second. We know we had all that stuff about like if you put yourself covered yourself in walker guts, they won't be able to like sense you. It's almost like blinded. Because how could they differentiate between like a rock falling and then other walkers making noises? Oh, what was that scene like? Oh yeah, Glenn. They were trying to attack Glenn and he threw something and they went for it when he was standing right there. Like it kind of confused me. Like wouldn't they just keep trying to get the meat? Like why would they go to the sound rather than the food? But then once again I'm falling down this trap of I'm overestimating the power of their brain capacity. Who does have her back?
The hell? You brought me back. I'm not staying in this suck-ass camp.
Hey!
Oh!
What the hell is wrong with you? Do you feel anything?
We should just flip them off.
So you want to spend the rest of our lives staring into fire and eating mud snakes? We might as well do something.
Yeah, well, I agree with that, but...
And I'm gonna get a damn drink.
Damn, son. I mean, I can understand, like, the desire to want to live rather than just survive. Like, I've spoken a lot about it's just more than just survival. But to go get alcohol, is that really wise? Damn, like, wouldn't be on my list, especially when I currently do not have shelter. I guess maybe if they find alcohol, they could find shelter, but...
Golfers like to booze it up, right?
Golf.
Come on.
Or at least they've got golf clubs. Bro, but she just, like, casually flipped off Daryl. I mean... she's gonna be good for him. 100%. So you did pick up a golf club. I feel like we've got to go through that whole trust thing again of... Oh my gosh. For some reason, the first thing that went through my head was like, you know, like in Game of Thrones, they always talk about putting his head on a spike if there's like a traitor or doing this or doing that the other. I feel like someone like really messed up would have. I mean, the governor did have heads. Actually, he really did. Like, that was a thing that we've experienced. What the?
Why are you keeping all that stuff?
I'm pretty sure currency no longer exists. Maybe he's just spiraling back to, I don't know, because we always talk about like how the plot doesn't need to be so linear, like the character development as well. It doesn't necessarily always mean forward. Why is he grabbing the weirdest things? This is what I mean, like, why? And you just wasted your perfectly good alcohol. Jesus Christ. Scenes like that annoy me, and like, it's only because she doesn't look that young, right? What is she like? She's probably like my age? In that situation, you want alcohol, right? You want alcohol. Fair enough, if you want alcohol, you want alcohol. Maybe that's not such a bad thing. But you don't go into a place that you haven't looked through first to go look for alcohol before you clear it. Like, I don't know, is that just, am I viewing that too negatively? It is. Jesus Christ, for a second I thought that was dogs barking. Well, someone not so nice looks like they've done that.
Help me take her down.
Don't matter, it's dead.
It does matter.
Yeah, it does matter.
There.
It's even more scary. Maybe this is just one of those episodes that you get to see the bare bones of two people and then how they can help each other. Oh gosh. Well, to be honest, if that was going off that regularly, it would have already attracted walkers, right? Oh, maybe not. Oh. Hear me out. So, you know the new guy we've just met, who was smiling while doing that? You see the difference between Daryl, who's like, it's like he's angry at the world, it's like, it's different. It's not like happiness, or it's not like blankness, it's anger. Why? Oh, look at her other clothes as well. Jeez Louise.
I know you think this is stupid. Beat up on walkers if that makes you feel better. I need to do this.
Oh, so that was like maybe like I said, I feel like anger is okay, but bro, like it's like overkill.
Did you have to break the glass?
Yeah.
No.
I can see where this is leading, you know, like, because there's small little comments like, did you have to break the glass, or something about being angry at walkers, or, you know, you can tell that Daryl there's certain things that he does that he doesn't need to do, but he does, because it's like, and maybe it just makes him feel better, or he's screaming at the world. Why do I think she's going to change that about him? Like, he's going to become softer and, because there was a period when he was with Carol, when you sort of, I don't know, like, he did seem different, right? Is that just me before the governor hit, when they had like a couple months or something in the prison, and like they were all settling in, there was food, there was water, there was this, that, the other, and he looked like he wasn't going out necessarily and like surviving constantly, and he just seemed more at home. I still don't feel like I've had time to grieve for Herschel, by the way. Let alone her. Like, imagine... It just makes me so mad.
You ain't gonna have your first drink. Be no damn peach snobs. Come on.
Come on, Daryl. Yes, so it just took a little bit of, like...
A motorcycle mechanic.
Huh?
That's my guess.
Oh, guessing Daryl's previous job. I want to guess his previous job. do I think his job was? Daryl. Good at hunting, but that could have just been his upbringing. Gosh, I don't know.
What's that?
Oh.
Moonshine.
Well, I'm glad she's getting to have this experience with someone like Daryl.
That's a real first drink right there.
My dad always said bad moonshine could make you go blind.
Ain't nothing worth seeing out there anymore anyway.
That's the most disgusting thing I've ever tasted. This one's for you.
Nah, I'm good.
Yeah, he's got something.
Why?
He doesn't.
Someone's got to keep watch.
So what, you're like my chaperone now?
Just drink lots of water.
Yes, Mr. Dixon.
He's got a point there. That's the thing. It's really weird because like we don't know a lot about his past.
It's just one of them.
Or much about his past,
You
really.
Yeah. Might as well make the best of it.
Why do I feel like this is maybe not a good idea? Oh well, it's happening. Don't get too drunk.
And if you have done it, you drink. And if you haven't, I drink. Then we switch.
Is it really a good idea to play drinking games when you're trying to keep watch and you're not currently sheltered very well? And the thing is it's not a good idea, but I'm kind of all for it. It's actually crazy when you think about it. We know more about Michonne's past now than we do about Daryl's, kind of. That's crazy, especially being as Daryl's been around since, like, square one.
I've never been in jail.
Other than the prison.
So what you think of me?
I didn't mean anything serious. I just thought, like the drunk tank.
Bro, it's such a
It's your turn again.
sensitive topic.
You have to be quiet.
Can't hear you. I'm taking a piss.
Daryl, don't talk so loud.
You
Daryl.
my chaperone now? Never had a pet pony. Never got...
Gosh, I don't even know what to say about this, guys. Like, I can just feel, like, from his character, I just feel like it's pain. I feel pain. His past is not something he's comfortable with. He's not happy with his past. Because Merle's always like, it's me and you against the world, Maybe that's something that they truly sort of believed. So disadvantaged, they were probably abused, and they were put in horrible, horrible situations.
Daryl.
Never sung out in front of a big group out in public like everything was fun. Like everything was a big game. I sure as hell never cut my wrist looking for attention.
Daryl.
Come on. It's gonna be fun.
Stay inside. Daryl, cut it out. Daryl.
He's spiraling,
Come here,
man.
dumbass. Come here. Black corner.
Let's practice later.
Come on. It's fun. Come here.
It just annoys me, like, it's just so...
Eight ball.
This is not him, man.
Yeah. What the hell you do that for? We was having fun.
Killing them is not supposed to be fun.
What do you want from
Zach.
me, girl?
Well, he doesn't think it's fun. It's not that he thinks it's fun. He's angry. Like I said, there's a clear distinction. He's not smiling when he's doing this. He's pissed off. He is mad with the world around him and he's screaming at it. I can understand why he's spiraling because he's lost everything. He literally had. He went from nothing to having everything he probably ever dreamed of having. But he's spiraling because he lost it all. I was in like the start of this episode that it would be Beth that spirals because of like Daryl. They will make each other better, 100%. He is breaking, but she will not let him snap. She will not let it happen.
I've survived and you don't get it because I'm not like you or them, but I made it. And you don't get to treat me like crap just because you're afraid.
Everyone we know's dead.
Don't know that.
Might as well because you ain't never gonna see him again.
God, man. And yes, he's an asshole for acting the way he's acting. Of course he is. He's being a dick, but I understand. I know why he's doing it. And he's trying to push it away. He is. And he is scared. Of course he's scared. He's terrified he's terrified that he is alone. I think that's what it is. He was alone, he had people, and then he lost everyone. But he doesn't know he has, but he is terrified that he has. So he has just assumed that he has to basically protect himself from the pain later on. That's what I think's going on. Let it out, man. Let it out.
You, Dad? Maybe I could have done something.
To let it out. The thing is, I hate scenes like that, but then when they let it out, it's just you always feel the sense of just relief just flow out of your body, like, just let it out, man. Let it out. Because the governor, when you think about it, he took Merle from Daryl. He took Daryl's entire family and separated it. He destroyed Daryl's home. Like, the governor literally, single-handedly destroyed whatever Daryl had left. Well, in Daryl's mind, at that point. He doesn't obviously know that everyone's still alive, but one singular person.
You want to know where I was before all this? I was just drifting around with Merle.
So that's why he doesn't want to answer
it.
it. He's ashamed of it.
Nothing. Some redneck asshole.
So the apocalypse, like, provided him with almost like a cloak, which sort of allowed him to become his best self, which is, like, really weird. You know what? A long time ago, I spoke, you know what? I think it was season 1. I, like, spoke about how the start of the apocalypse, right? The apocalypse can change people in very different ways. I don't think it's generally a good change. I think there's a lot of negative change in it, but I think a lot of people will have some positive incline or benefit or character development from the initial day. So there will be overall a positive arc. And then you get some that are overall negatively affected. Not to say they won't have positive things change about them, but they will overall be negatively affected. And I think I remember referring to Shane. I think I remember referring to Shane being one of the people that, like, before pre-apocalypse, I don't really see him as being a bad person. But then the apocalypse sort of something snapped in him, and, like, there was this almost, like, instinct drive to do what he had to do, no matter the cost, and it's like the morals sort of just drop off. That's what I mean by the negative, or like something happens in it, and yeah, like I said, it creates a snap. But I keep speaking about the governor and what the governor was like pre-apocalypse. I don't even know why I'm speaking about him anymore, but I still hold that belief despite everything that happened, that I don't think he would have been a bad person beforehand. I do believe that such an event is so catastrophic that it does snap people because of trauma.
I wish I could just change.
You did.
Not like you. It's like you were made for how things are now.
I'm just used to this. Things being ugly. Growing up in a place like this.
But you got away from it.
I didn't.
You didn't though, did you?
You're gonna be the last man standing.
Don't say that. Don't foreshadow that. Oh shit. It's one of those things where, like, I can definitely imagine him being one of the last ones standing. But is that a good thing? Damn, have you ever had that conversation with someone before and gone like, do you wish you were immortal?
You gotta stay who you are. Not who you were.
Yeah.
Places like this, you have to put it away.
We're gonna need more booze.
You know what, I think I needed this episode, eh? I think I did. Damn! This does feel really sentimental, like it feels like they're burning what they were.
Oh yeah.
They're like saying goodbye to the past and hello to the future. Damn! But these guys are like... I would say I put that as a thumbnail, but YouTube might not like that. Overall, I think we needed that episode. I think we needed a little bit of... I don't know, like, it just felt right having that. I feel like it's long overdue having a proper breakdown of Daryl's character and understanding how he functions and what goes through his brain and why he separates himself from situations when he loses people. We've seen it before, and now we understand why. Like, it's cool. I'm glad we got it. And Beth as well, and how she reacts, what she wants in life, and how she seeks normality, and how she truly cares about Daryl. And I think she's helped them realise that this episode. I'm kind of like, I don't know, like, I don't even really know what to say. Like, it was just a needed episode. A fantastic, positive step forward for both Beth and for Daryl. They will end up meeting up with the others at some point. Having this episode it's just going to make that even better. It's just going to make that whole thing even better. I'm just glad that they're together, man. It's like the perfect two that could have ended up together. My favourite thing about this episode is the fact that we are getting this like going out sort of solo exploration. We're seeing humans react as humans would react. We're seeing grieving processes. We're not just seeing like people move on and then like not remember those they've lost and have it not affect them. We are seeing the grief process in the moment, in the apocalypse, while they're trying to survive. Obviously, this did feel like a little bit of a break. We haven't had the governor, we haven't had illnesses plaguing our prisons, we haven't had walkers everywhere, we haven't had hordes, we haven't had any of it. So it did feel like this was coming, like when we got a little breathing space, eventually this was going to happen after what has happened. And like I said, it's good. It'll be good for the future. At some point they're going to find the tracks and they're going to end up on that same path, right? It's just a little bit of a detour, similar to what we got with Michonne. She found the tracks, she went in another direction, she had to do some sort of internal problem solving with herself, and then she found her way back to the tracks, and it almost felt like a real good full circle of, similar to what we just had with Daryl. There's your past, face it head first, accept it, don't blame yourself for it, and step into your new shoes, not being anchored down by your past. That's what I think is quite symbolic of the last sort of couple reactions. I don't know. I don't even know how to word it. It just felt quite poetic. What else can I say? What this means for the rest of the group, like I said, this is probably the most isolated episode we've had. It was quite literally Daryl and Beth start to finish. Obviously we had Daryl right at the start, really broken, not even talking. To be fair, Beth is probably spot on. He probably was just seeing her as like not sure how she survived and like, I don't know, having to look after her. But then throughout the episode he realises how capable she is, and he realises that she's more than that, and then they bond in a real special way. And then the symbolic nature of burning the house, like I said, burning the past, not forgetting the past but moving forward from the past, almost like severing the ties, severing the ties so you can step into your new shoes without any like lag. What an episode. Like it's weird because obviously there wasn't a lot of shock factor. I think as reactions go, it's a lot less reaction worthy in a sense because there wasn't a lot that went on. There wasn't any jaw-dropping moments or it was all just, it just felt like, I don't know, like if you think like a volcano that's been like rumbling for years and it's like rumbling and rumbling and rumbling, there's earthquakes everywhere, blah 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 blah, and then finally it just goes, and then the relief of like, oh, not obviously there's not much relief when you're standing there and you see a volcano erupt, but you guys understand my analogy. Yeah, the relief it felt, like I felt it myself, so goodness knows that must have felt fantastic for them. Oh, yeah. Find their way back to the track. I'm going to start using that, find their way back home. But hopefully not too late, because I'm still scared, because what we've got coming forward is, I think, going to be a lot less about Daryl and Beth and more to do with getting to this new safe haven, Rick getting there, Carol getting there, everyone getting there, potentially at different times, the conflict we have as a group to resolve first as well, let alone with these new people. We've got a lot of stuff we need to talk about, like I said, with Carol and Rick, blah-de-blah-de-blah, Tyrese. Those conversations are still ongoing, but then we insert ourselves to a new group and we have all these new issues. It's like one of these situations again where you just have zero time to deal with these things and you don't have room for conflict. You can't come into this group conflict-ridden because then it's going to potentially cause issues, and then what? What sort of contingencies do they have in place? I'm really intrigued to know what their setup is like, how they deal with conflict, how they deal with infection. Are they more advanced than we were? I've got a feeling they will be if they're advertising it, right? If it is genuine and they're advertising it, they've got to be pretty well off, but not perfect. And then not just that, we don't just hand them our problems, we're adopting theirs. As much as the idea of a safe haven feels great, it does not, almost feels too perfect. Anyway, I think I'm going to leave that there, guys. I don't think I've got any much else to say. Like I said, a really good episode that I thought was needed for the series, and I'm just glad that the series is paying attention to these kinds of episodes. It's not just going, oh, we need governor level threats or we need wow factor every episode. They really dig into the characters, the emotions, the connections, and they show literally a whole episode on the relationship between Beth, Daryl, and them moving forward. Full props to The Walking Dead. I'm well and truly up for these kinds of episodes. But yeah, anyway, if you enjoyed as ever, don't forget to smash the like button and subscribe to the channel for new content every single week. And of course, put the Instagram down remove 2Ds. And as ever, let me know down below what you thought of the episode, the reaction, and I'll get to those thoughts as soon as humanly possible. But yeah, that's it from me, guys. As ever, this has been your boy Dan. Thanks for watching, and I'll catch you in the next one.